Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Wednesday topical video from us, the British Fist.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there you go. I'm Mr. Parkin with my Metallica shirt on. I'm metal indeed. More metal than Metal D. This guy sitting next to me, though, well, do you know what? He is a very unique individual. His name is NJ.
What's up?
A two-letter name. Where else have we heard that before in the world? Subscribe up above, like this video, and also comment your thoughts on what we're going to be talking about. You're probably hinting in that title up above, down in the comment section below.
And make sure you contact us in the description box below.
Yes, indeed. Not above, below. Indeed. There we go. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about some of WWE's decisions concerning the Money in the Bank pay-per-view and the Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, we had a lot of interesting developments from Raw, which answered a couple of our questions, because we were originally going to do a video based on whether they should have one or two. Now, that has been really said. So we're going to just talk a little bit about some of the decisions that WWE have made with regards to Money in the Bank, the fact we're going to have two, the 4 ex-champions in a Money in the Bank ladder match, you know, what they're going to do with SmackDown. We're just going to have a nice discussion here about Money in the Bank.
Because the thing with Money in the Bank, it is a pay-per-view, or shall we say a match, that we personally look forward to, because the choice of wrestlers, the choice of moments in the pay-per-view or the match itself, and it looks like this year there's a chance it won't be the same, but could still have some good moments, more on one pay-per-view show compared to the other.
Yeah, so let's dive straight into this one. We were originally going to do whether there's going to be 2 or 1, so let's deal with that first. We know there's going to be 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches now, as Vicky Guerrero announced, as opposed to 1 Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, one discussion I think would be very prevalent in the YWC, and between us two in particular, is it better to have 2 or is it better to have 1? Which side are you on that sort in that sense?
I'm going to use my famous quote. I'm a two-sided person, because when it comes to this, I personally, when I heard that there was going to probably be just a 1, just because of Barrett mainly, I think the fact that Barrett might not be here, they're thinking, right, we'll just do it 2, because it's not maybe as special of a moment, or they've got other ideas. But I personally thought with 1 Money in the Bank, they'd have a choice to have mixture of wrestlers from Raw and SmackDown against each other. Yes, the brand split and all that, but just to concentrate on both shows going against each other in 1 Money in the Bank, fighting for the championship of their choice. It's a surprise on who they're going to face. What awesomeness that would have been for whoever won.
I mean, I was initially fine with 1 Money in the Bank ladder match, and there are a couple of reasons for this. Number one, right now in WWE, I think it's very fair to say that there is a real lack of star power. Do you remember last year's Money in the Bank for SmackDown, where we had guys like Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater, just guys that really didn't belong on there? So having 1 Money in the Bank, you could really put a lot of star power into the one match. And plus, with the brand extension ending, why have a Raw and why have a SmackDown one? Because we've seen guys like Big Show, Kane, you know, all these guys, Daniel Bryan, moving from Raw to SmackDown. So it kind of makes the whole distinction between SmackDown and Raw kind of pointless. You might as well just make 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches.
You could say it's better off with 2 in a way, but I still think with 1, the fact they could do so much with 1, yes, they'll leave us with all 1 big match, and then what we do for the rest of the card, but I think with 1, there's more of a chance that you're going to get the best on SmackDown, the best on Raw in 1 Money in the Bank.
Just like WrestleMania.
And all the little matches. You could make a mixture of different feuds, which would be a good start. Yes, they really haven't got enough time to do it, but I just think the 1 may draw more attention to the winner instead of having 2 winners. And
as much as I would like 1 Money in the Bank ladder match, I think having 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches is necessary, because let's face it, WWE's ability to fill a card lately has been very lackluster, and the Money in the Bank ladder matches will generally go on a long time. So having 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, even though there's not going to be probably much star power available to be in them, and there's probably not going to be many other feuds based around Money in the Bank, you kind of feel there kind of has to be 2 just to fill the fucking card sometimes, because WWE are terrible at building to pay-per-view feuds sometimes in these last couple of months.
Well, that's true. If I go down the opposite route to what I've been saying, 2 matches would be good, because that way, because they've got 2 different ideas going here. They've got the big wrestlers and their future plans, what we're going to get to later, what they're going to do with the WWE Championship. But then there's the World Heavyweight, where I think, as you've seen on SmackDown recently, all the newcomers have mainly been going onto that show. There's a chance that SmackDown may take advantage of that and use them in the World Heavyweight Championship. Because I doubt SmackDown's going to have an all-top wrestler match on their match. So I think it's going to be a competitive top wrestlers in 1 Money in the Bank and the younger talent in another.
I think that's essentially the way they will go. And I mean, with this, you have two Money in the Bank ladder matches. I think with the way WWE are right now, in the sense that they need to make new stars, you kind of look at it and you think, 1 Money in the Bank ladder match, you make 1 star. 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, you have the potential to make 2 stars, which is another argument for having 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. You want to make 2, you know, they gave it to Del Rio last year, they gave it to Daniel Bryan. They had the ability to try and nurture 2 stars there rather than just the 1. Even though at WrestleMania, when they used to have it, it used to mean a little bit more because there was only 1.
And this year, we're only going to get 1 star.
Oh, yeah, well, because you mean in the WWE Championship match, we're going to have 4 ex-champions in it, and there's not going to be any new stars.
That's the thing, because no matter who wins at those 4, which we'll get to in a minute, none of those are really going to achieve anything, because they've all been the champion, they've all made it to the top, they've all had their moment of glory, so it's going to be just basically to push a storyline going, which they could have simply had in a more contendership, instead of having to use a big match like Money in the Bank to do this. And SmackDown, on the other hand, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll find out on Friday, will do it properly.
Yeah, indeed. And I think this is a good point to move on to the WWE Championship match, WWE Championship Money in the Bank ladder match. We found out from Vicky Guerrero, and by the way, post your thoughts and comments down below whether you think there should be 2 or 1 Money in the Bank ladder match. It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts. Moving on to the next little subtext, though. Vicky Guerrero announced that there'll be 4 ex-champions in the WWE Championship Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, I always thought that the whole point, and we made a very special point of this in our Raw review, which you should check out, by the way, that the Money in the Bank ladder match is there to make new stars, not to facilitate guys like John Cena and Big Show, guys that have already had a lot of success, Chris Jericho. Why are they having 4 ex-champions in a match which is designed to try and give the chance for new stars to be in the WWE Championship or World Heavyweight Championship scene? It's just very counterproductive, in my opinion. And like you said, it's going to be there to further John Cena versus CM Punk at SummerSlam, which I don't necessarily agree with. I'm just not sure about the way they're going about it.
And that's the thing with Raw being the A show, them in the Bank. I'm not saying it's more important than the SmackDown one, but people be drawn more to the Raw one because there's going to be bigger wrestlers in, and obviously, as you said, the main event. And the fact that it's got all the main eventers in instead of someone that could be a future main eventer, it's a bit like, what is the point? Yes, you're trying to concentrate on the future of the WWE with that one, but I can't say I'm really looking forward to it. Not really.
No, and another point I want to make here is, why don't they mix it up? You know, why not have like Jericho and Kane in the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match with a bunch of new guys like Ziggler, Cody Rhodes, etc. Maybe a Sticker Barrett in there. Why not have John Cena and Big Show in the Raw one with a couple of new guys in there? I don't understand why they're putting all their stars. I know it's probably going to be the main event and everything, and they're probably building towards Cena versus CM Punk, but I don't understand why they're putting all their stars in one and having all their sort of, you know, newbies in another. It's very counterproductive because you want a new star to come out of Money in the Bank because that's the fucking point of it.
I just don't know what to say because the WWE at the moment is still a few weeks before Money in the Bank, but at the moment in time, I'm looking at this, as soon as Big Show mentioned it last week, as you know from the comments, I did not like it. This week, we heard Cena count himself in, and straight away I just thought, this is going down a wrong direction. You've got 2 big stars who don't really need to be in Money in the Bank. Then all this got made, and I'm thinking, this may lead to something bigger, but at the same time, Money in the Bank from year after year and year in the past has all led to a future star rise to the top.
Exactly, and we probably won't get that this year. We'll get a SummerSlam semi-main event behind Triple H and Brock Lesnar. But a point I want to bring up here is, NJ, is there's 4 people in this Money in the Bank. From what we've seen so far, there's going to be John Cena, Kane, Big Show, and Chris Jericho. Now, do we feel that with only 4 people in there, yes, they may add people. They may add a Rey Mysterio. They may add a Miz when he's finished returning from filming the Marine 3. But there's 4 guys in there that, in my opinion, can't really put on a compelling Money in the Bank ladder match because you need a high flyer in there, which is where, in my opinion, Rey Mysterio may just have to be injected into it.
But we had the Big Show.
Oh, yeah, because he's such a great high flyer. They're probably going to have to introduce one of them massively built ladders or something. But in a Money in the Bank ladder match, the highlight of it is the high flying in it. Yeah. So how are we supposed to get that with those 4 guys? It's just another point, and it's going to be the main event of Money in the Bank, probably, by the sounds of it.
We've still got time, but I really don't see why they would add any more in, because with these 4, they've all got, I would say, purpose to be in this match. But it's just, I think they do need to add more, because at the minute, how are they going to build this up? I just really don't see this being a, let's say, a competition main event for Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and when the whole point of Money in the Bank is to make new stars, and you see 4 ex-WWE champions in there, you're like, well, that's nothing new. So how are we supposed to get excited about it? I mean, I just don't get it. What's going to happen with the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank? Is that just going to have a load of, you know, newbies in there? And You know, I mean, I understand. I don't mind the sense of a guy is probably going to win it like a Cody Rhodes or a Dolph Ziggler or something, but why not mix it up? It just makes so much more sense than what they're doing.
And that's the thing, because with SmackDown, I think the SmackDown may do it properly, and they may actually put on the Money in the Bank match that may beat the Raw one in enjoyment and the
high flying
and stuff.
It'll open the show as well.
Very good. I think the thing about this is that I'm expecting to see the wrestlers that we want to see go somewhere in the WWE. Like there may be, like we said, a Cody Rhodes, even though I think he's probably going to go with Christian as well. There's going to be probably not Sin Cara, but I think they're going to build it up with wrestlers that could climb their way to the top. And I think SmackDown may be, as I said, the drawing Money in the Bank.
In terms of we're going to have some new guys in there, and it may be the most exciting match. You know, I don't know, NJ. I'm not sure about the WWE Championship match. The World Heavyweight Championship one may be an exciting match in the sense we're probably going to get a new winner in there, and it will be a bit different. We're going to have a new winner in there, but the WWE Championship match, the WWE Championship Money in the Bank one, I'm just very concerned about. That's all I'll say about that. I'm just very concerned with how they're doing this and the decisions that have gone into making this Money in the Bank ladder match happen.
In a way, some of the wrestlers in that match make sense. Like Kane's been taken away from the Punk and Bryan feud, so he's been put into something that's still holding him up high. Jericho's made a return, so he wants something that's actually going to progress him onto something else.
Not a feud or anything like that. Just
not yet, but it could progress into afterwards. Big Show was Cena, and Cena, obviously, as the hint, it's going probably to go against Punk.
At this point in time, I remember saying at the beginning of the year, 2012 needs to be the year of the Wade Barretts, the Sheamuses, the Cody Rhodeses, the Dolph Ziggler's, the Brodus Clays, the Rybacks, the new guys, etc. And with what they're doing right now, I just don't get the feeling that WWE actually have any faith in their young guys. I mean, they're going to put John Cena, Kane, Big Show, Chris Jericho in the main event Money in the Bank ladder match. What does that tell you? That says to you, well, we don't really have that much faith in any of our freaking young guys. And really, this year was the year they needed to make new stars. And we're not going to fucking see it, are we? By the looks of it.
No, they're not. Like, the thing is, with some of the talent that needs to be pushed, they're injured or away. New wrestlers came in, but they're not built up to be enough to actually go into a Money in the Bank and win. So I think the WWE with this, they're kind of rushing this because like we've got about 2 weeks or something left for Money in the Bank, and what they're going to really do to hype up the SmackDown one. So at the minute, I want this to be a good pay-per-view. It may surprise us, but again, it's just not screaming out a pay-per-view that I really want to watch compared to last year's.
I mean, last year's was the best pay-per-view of the year, but my issue, I mean, Money in the Bank is essentially the lead-off into SummerSlam. So you're going to have John Cena win the main event Money in the Bank ladder match and face CM Punk, which is going to be the semi-main event, and you're going to have maybe a Cody Rhodes or something win the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match and maybe open the show or something. I don't know. I'm just... This WWE right now, like Raw, the booking and stuff is really frustrating me, and the decisions they're making right now are frustrating, even though I know there's suspensions and injuries and stuff, which isn't helping. But some of the stuff they're doing right now is really frustrating me, and this is one of them. The WWE Championship Money in the Bank ladder match is going to have 4 ex-champions in it, and it's stupid, considering what Money in the Bank is supposed to do.
And they've got time to try and increase our interest, but they haven't really done a good job. Yes, they do something different with the WWE Championship one, because most of the time it is to progress new stars, and this time it's a purpose to put their top guys in a match to progress the storyline, but it's just not screaming out a great thing for the future of the WWE after SummerSlam. Exactly.
So essentially you're going to have John Cena go into this match, win his first Money in the Bank ladder match, and yeah. I think a lot of people will be interested in that, don't you think, NJ?
Yeah, he definitely needs that on his accomplishments in the WWE.
Indeed. If you want a couple more thoughts on this and a couple of more frustrated thoughts from myself, you can go check out our Raw review where we do talk a little bit about this in not as much depth, but we do talk a little bit about this as well. As we've gone into a bit more detail in this video, though, on our discussions, as we wanted to get more of our opinions out there than we really could in that Raw review. Go check it out in the description box, by the way.
And I'm just going to say, the interest of this so far, hopefully they can do something more, but at the minute, it's not working. And I'm just saying, Money in the Bank is pretty much going to be filler, but have some importance, and the interest is going to be on a low at the minute.
Yeah, so you guys give us your thoughts. Give us your thoughts on the 2 as opposed to 1 Money in the Bank ladder matches. Give us your thoughts on the only ex-champions being in the Money in the Bank. What do you think is going to happen in the SmackDown Money in the Bank? What do you think about the WWE's Money in the Bank decisions with, with it supposedly having been able to make new stars? And what do you think this says about WWE's philosophy on pushing young stars. Give us your thoughts down in the comment section. We really want to know your thoughts. That's why we've done this video.
And thank you very much for watching. This has been a video that we just thought would be something worth talking about because the WWE have thrown this together and hopefully got us thinking what the hell they're doing and where's this going to go. But leave your thoughts in the comment section below.
Indeed.
And from Mr. Parkin and me, NJ, the true Money in the Bank winners. Till next time, YouTubers, goodbye.